Reeves is September 30th, 2016, and I'm doing my informative speech on the pacemaker. Hi, my name is Taylor. Today I plan on informing everyone about the pacemaker. At the end of this speech, everyone will have a better understanding of the human heart and of the pacemaker. I am very capable of speaking on this topic because I am currently taking classes to become a nurse and maybe even one day go on to medical school to become a doctor. In my opinion, this topic is able to relate to tie to everyone because we all have hearts, or we wouldn't be sitting here listening to this speech. Some of you may be able to relate to the part of this speech when it comes to the actual pacemaker itself, because perhaps a family member or someone you know has one. In the book, Understanding Your Pacemaker or Defibrillator by David L. Hayes, it has the definition of the heart as a pump. The heart is one of the most important parts of the human body, and if the heart is damaged or stops beating, then the whole body will shut down. The whole body will shut down because the heart is what pumps the blood throughout the body. When the heart decides that it is tired of pumping, doctors will decide to put a pacemaker in the body. The pacemaker acts as the heart of the human body. The heart of the human body can somewhat be complicated to understand. David L. Hayes explains the heart in the book Understanding Your Pacemaker or Defibrillator. Hayes says the heart consists of 4 chambers. 2 of the chambers are at the top of the atria, which are called the right atrium and the left atrium. The other 2 chambers are at the bottom of the heart, which are called ventricles. They consist of the left ventricle and the right ventricle. The left ventricle is the ventricle that is responsible for pumping the blood throughout the body. The left ventricle also plays a major role within blood circulation. The blood exits the heart through the aortic valve within the aorta. Hayes also says that the aorta is a large blood vessel after the left ventricle squeezes. The blood leaves the left ventricle, which means that it is highly rich with oxygen. The highly rich oxygenated blood is needed to keep the rest of the body healthy. Oxygen extracts out of the red blood cells to nourish the body's tissues. The heart works in mysterious ways. The heart is a very delicate thing. Without the heart, there is no life. If the ventricles or aorta were damaged, there is no way for the heart to pump. Without the heart pumping, the body will not receive the oxygen it needs in order for the human to survive. Cardiologists have many therapeutic treatments that they use when it comes to a heart not operating correctly. In the web article, Cardiac Pacing, A Brief History in the Development of Pacemakers by Kevin Mohi, it says that the electric pacemaker is one of the most common therapeutic treatments for patients that have cardiac problems. A pacemaker is an electric instrument that helps the heart pump and be able to function. In the article of Pacemaker Facts found on Medicine Net, it says that the pacemaker is placed in the chest cavity or abdomen to help control the abnormal heart rate. The usage of a pacemaker can help treat heart arrhythmias. Arrhythmias are the messing up or rates of the heart. In the Guide of Cardiac Pacemakers and Resynchronization, Step by Step, by Serge Farrell, it says that the pacemaker is designed to send and deliver shocks to the heart, but it is not designed to defibrillate the heart. Mohi also tells us that in 2000, the number of pacemakers implanted in the U.S. were 200,000, which cost $2 billion. Something else that the Cardiac Pacing, A Brief History of the Development of Pacemakers article that was written by Kevin Mohi says that there are 3 components of the complex instrument which we call a pacemaker generator. The 3 components of the complex electric instrument is a battery, electric circuit, and metal part of the circuit. The pacemaker is about the size of the wristwatch, which is about this size. Mohi says that the pacemaker is powered by and controlled by a lithium battery and is also an electric circuit. The lifespan of the battery within the pacemaker is 5 to 10 years. Mohi explains the process of how doctors implant the pacemaker. Doctors that are implanting the pacemaker make a small contusion incision in the subclavian region, places the pacemaker in place with the cessid through the subclavian and cephalic veins. How awesome is it that something that small was invented and something that small is able to save a person's life? The heart is complex. The heart is so complex to understand because of the way the blood flows and knowing all the different parts of the actual heart, such as the different atrium and different ventricles. The pacemaker is what helps the damaged and tired heart from pumping the blood to the rest of the body. Blood has to be pumped throughout the body because if not, the organs of the body will not receive the oxygen that they need. The small device that we call a pacemaker saves people's life. Knowing that something that small can send an electric shock to the heart to make it pump in order for a person to live is simply incredible. The pacemaker has saved many lives throughout the years and the innovation of the pacemaker. Life is precious and needs to be cherished. Like many people say, we are not promised tomorrow. None of us know when our hearts are going to decide to give out due to all the hard work that the heart does for our bodies. If we are lucky, then we may have the opportunity to get a pacemaker implanted to help. The small device that we call the pacemaker gives people a second chance at life and sometimes teaches us how important life is and not just to sit back and watch it pass us by. Many people do not understand that there are so many people out in the world that do have a pacemaker implanted within them. Many families are grateful for this invention of the pacemaker because it may have saved a loved one or even a dear friend. Life is precious and should never be taken for granted. Thank you.